Greetings, Kali Warriors. Welcome back to the Kali Center YouTube channel. I'm Tom, head coach here at Kali Center, where I help Kali Warriors like you build self-confidence, martial arts skill, and promote stress relief through Filipino martial arts training. More on that in our coaching program. I'll talk about that later in the video. Today, we're looking at single knife training. Grab a training knife, safe place to train. Let's get moving. Let's take a look at the forward grip. There's two ways we can grip the knife with the forward grip. We can be in the saber grip. This is what we prefer for the short knife for precision. Wherever that thumb is going to point in the direction to the target we need to go to with the knife. We can also go in the hammer grip. It is a little bit slower, but if that is something you want to do for your training, go for it. Let's go through the fluid thrusts that we were working these and building our knife handling skills. A lot of people kind of brush over this stuff because the knife is really lightweight and you can kind of just dart the knife around. And there's nothing wrong with that other than you don't want to brush over mechanics with something that's sharp and pointy. So grab your training knife. We work this with the thumb is opening at the belt, so it's right on my belt. Left hand's at the plexus. We tap this left hand out. It's either going to be a strike with the ridge of the hand or with the flat of the palm. From here, we thrust from the hip all the way up to the shoulder, touching that back. We flip the palm up. We go backhand thrust. This backhand thrust can be to the armpit or the base of the neck. We bring that across. We go palm down. Again, either armpit or base of the neck. Fluid thrust. It's going to go all the way across where the thumb, if you're in the saber grip, is going to touch the humerus. We slash that down high and bring it back to the hip. Let's do it slowly to get the whole arc together. We tap this out. We have 1, 2, 3. Slash it back down. Tap. 1, 2, 3. Slash it back down. You're going to notice there's a lot of body here. There's not necessarily just the arm moving. You want to rotate the hips and shoulders. Lock the feet in. That way we're getting the rotation in the hips for that body mechanic. One more. And then it's also important to work this on the left hand. Again, you should be using a training knife, as I am. It's a wood training knife. Same thing. Switch the lead. You could go an opposite lead, but let's just keep it the same side. That way we can work this out together. Got that at the hip. Right hand on the plexus. Tap, ridge or palm. You thrust, palm up, backhand thrust, and then 3 thrust, bringing that back down. Tap. 1, 2, 3, slash it back down. It's important, even if your left side is not your dominant side, when you go into double sticks, spotty adaga, double knife, you want to have that other hand to assist the right hand. Do one more together for the left side. 1, 2, 3, slash it back down. All right, good. Let's take a look at the reverse grip. All right, check it out. We're going to work the reverse grip now. On the reverse grip, whether you like the blade edge on the outside for different slashing abilities, or you like the blade edge on the inside for being able to rip someone's hand off of grabbing your knife hand for counter grappling, either way, that's entirely up to you. What I'm going to strongly recommend on the reverse grip is that you cap your knife. That way you have security of grip. Just how we worked with the option of the saber grip in the forward grip, really with the reverse grip, I'm going to strongly recommend that you cap your knife. That way if you hit something hard, if you're training on impact, that training knife doesn't slide down, and if it's a real knife, well, you don't want to lose your thumb. So that security of grip with the thumb capping the knife is a must for us at Kali Center. So we go into the fluid thrust on the reverse grip. So from here we come up to a high number 1 chamber. We again tap this out with ridge or palm of the hand. Downward diagonal number 1 thrust, rotate the body. Downward diagonal number 2 thrust, rotate the body. Now in the 3 thrust we go into this vertical, or we call it the crown position, where the thrust is being directed forward. About halfway down on this thrust, we need to cant the wrist out. That way we have full clearance from our hip. So this should not be just buzzing by your hip even with a training knife, especially as we're locking in mechanics. So we want to make sure that's at least a hang loose distance from the hip. That way it doesn't matter what leg is forward, doesn't matter if you're stepping with it. Either way, that vertical is completely clear of your body. From the top, tap, 1 thrust, 2 thrust. Vertical, we cant that out, we bring it back. 1, 2, and 3. Again, we're intentionally going slow and really broadening that range of motion. That way, we're not losing out on mechanics. We can speed this up as we get better. Let's really get that shoulder workout right now with these fluid thrusts. Let's do one more for the right. Okay, and then we switch it out. Just like the forward grip, we work it on the left hand as well. Set it up. Tap. 1, 2, 3, tap. Again, it's important that we're rotating the body. If we go with the arm alone, it brings the tip of the knife too close to our rear leg when we're thrusting on the reverse grip. So we have to rotate the body. We still want follow through. We still want hip and shoulder rotation. Do one more together. All right, good. And that's our fluid thrust on the reverse grip. One of the important things about martial arts training is tapping into your creative energy in stressful times. From work to the kids to getting all these other tasks done throughout the week, still having time to squeeze in martial arts training is going to help you develop better habits, be able to manage that stress relief, and get your fitness in. This is why we have the Kali Center online school and the one-on-one coaching program that I personally coach you through. So what you get is 2 live stream classes every month with the community. We have those with the playbacks. So you have a Kali library of videos you can call on at any time to grow your Kali skills through 2024 and beyond. We also have on-demand video training, which is all 12 areas of Kali, exploring the vast weapon categories and empty hands of Filipino martial arts. And finally, we get private one-on-one video coaching from anywhere in the world where I'm personally coaching you and I write you a custom training plan. If any of that sounds good, try it out for a month or 2. Click the link in the description below this video to sign up to the Kali Center online school today. Let's get into drill number 3. All right, check it out. Drill number 3 is the versatility of Filipino martial arts. We're gonna see where we can take the forward grip and the reverse grip and flip the cuts and the thrust so we can get the most out of our knife training. If we take the reverse grip on the thrust, that our primary downward thrusting, and we are to flip the grip into the forward grip, we have our primary slashing of 1, 2, and vertical on the way back down. 1, 2, vertical. 1, 2, and vertical. If we now go into our thrusting in the forward grip, which is the primary function on the forward grip, and we flip that into the reverse grip, we have our secondary slashing off of the hip. We're going upward on that, like a tight elbow, across on the slash with the main edge, across on the slash, and then we thrust our way back down. This can also be done, this is done with the blade edge on the outside right now. This can also be done with the blade edge on the inside, but I want you to think about it more like a tear or a rip. So you're ripping up and across if you're using this with the blade edge on the inside. Outside is obvious, it's main edge. So let's look at some rounds here where we want to mix this up, where we're going through our primary thrust on the forward grip, our primary thrust on the reverse grip. Then we have our primary cut on the forward grip. Then we have our secondary cut on the reverse grip. If that seems like a lot, focus on thrust. Once you've played out a round, switch the grip, whether you're starting on forward grip or on reverse grip. Let's take a look at a little bit of footage of some knife flow. All right, Kali Warriors, that's it for Kali Knife Fighting Self-Defense Part 1, where we worked on the ferocity of the attacks. We're working the thrusting, we're working the slashing, and we're seeing how everything chains together. Stay tuned for Part 2, where we look at the counters, where you can deal with those attacks that we worked in this first video. Now you got an upper hand, and then you can work the counters, and now you have a full training session of offense and counter offense to up your versatility of your Filipino martial arts training. Again, I'm head coach Tom here at Kali Center. Thanks for joining me for training. Stay safe, stay fierce, and keep that Kali spirit alive. I'm gonna get back to working my slashes and my thrusts on the single knife.